Okay, I'm good.
Right, okay. One thing I like about this game is how every level starts off with you moving.
That is cool.
Like, you're always running into the level or something.
Reminds me of, I want to say the fan game was Sonic Boom, which, I mean...
Unrelated to the Sonic Boom, I'm guessing.
Or the other Sonic Boom. Or the other Sonic Boom. Do you mean the game, the fan game, the other game, the other game's sequel, the cartoon, the other season of the cartoon?
There's another season of the cartoon?
Oh yeah, they just announced that at the same place they announced Sonic Mania.
Oh, nice.
It's coming out soon, apparently.
I like that. I like the cartoon.
That's good. I'm glad for you.
Do you not like the cartoon?
I will tolerate the cartoon because it means that they don't have to put the Saturday morning cartoon writing into the actual games anymore. They have a good place for it, and I'm happy to keep it there.
But I like the Saturday morning cartoon writing.
I mean, when it's written well, I like it.
It's charming.
When it's Lost World, it's not quite so charming.
But
that's another rant for another day.
I liked the Sonic Lost World writing.
I mean, it was good at points. I will withhold from any other comment on saying that it's going to take a couple hours for me to get through everything.
Well, I mean, considering how long these levels are, we probably got a couple hours.
Alright.
Oh, wait. No, Austin, don't actually do it.
Good. Okay, so, how is your day been?
You know, I got Squirrel Girl.
I'm sorry, what?
I got Squirrel Girl. It's a comic. It's a good comic.
So I've heard. The only thing I know about her is that she was highly ridiculed in Ultimate Spider-Man.
I mean, not really. They just didn't do anything with her in Ultimate Spider-Man.
Except present her as just weird and gawkish, which is a shame because she's actually really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is that in Ultimate Spider-Man, you know, they set up this whole thing where it's like they have an entirely new set of superheroes, and that's kind of like the arc for that section right there. And Squirrel Girl ends up being one of the new superheroes that they introduce, but unlike all the other characters that they have in this arc, she doesn't even get her own episode. She barely even gets her own scene.
Yeah, that was a little weird. I like when they found her and they set it up like, oh yeah, well, we'll be bringing her in later. And then they just never did. I feel like there was a deleted episode somewhere in there.
Yeah, I don't get what's up with that, because Squirrel Girl's a really cool character. Like, I really like her, and I like her new comic as well. It's really good. I know that there are some people who don't really like her all that much because she is kind of a sillier character, and many people say she doesn't really match up with most of the Marvel Universe. But, I mean, I like silly characters.
Ant-Man had a movie, and he worked. And he worked in Captain America. If Ant-Man can work in Captain America, I can accept that Squirrel Girl might work.
Yeah. I mean, give us a new Deadpool-ish movie, except it's Squirrel Girl, and it's like rated PG or something instead of R.
I was about to say, do you really want an R-rated Squirrel Girl?
No, it's Deadpool-ish in the sense that it's a comedic take on the superhero genre.
I appreciate that.
Not in that it's rated R, because don't make Squirrel Girl rated R. That'd be dumb.
There could be a lot of self-awareness that could go into a movie like that, and I can actually see that working out.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's a Sonic game going on in the background.
Hey, yeah! I mean, you know, Squirrel Girl's like a furry, kind of, so that makes sense.
Squirrel Girl? Wait! It's Sally Acorn!
No, she's a chipmunk. Kind of. Maybe.
Is she?
I'm pretty sure that canonically she is a chipmunk-squirrel hybrid.
Oh, God. Oh god, that's confusing.
Yeah.
I'm confused now.
I mean, everybody was confused. That's why they came up with that solution.
That's fair. That is legitimately fair.
Oh my gosh, this bumper. This bumper, guys! This bumper is not appropriate, Austin.
What was the character who had a name change? Was it the Walrus?
Yeah, kinda. He had a...
I know.
Originally, at the very beginning of the comic, he was known as Boomer. But then pretty early on, he switched names to Rotor.
I think that was between season 1 and 2 of the show as well.
Probably.
Which threw everyone off.
And then that actually gets used as a plot point later on, because Silver was introduced to the comics, of course. And one of his things is that there was a traitor among the freedom fighters. And he thought that it was Rotor, because he had changed his name from Boomer at some point.
Right! That's right! Oh, I forgot all about that!
Yeah.
Oh, that's like the best thing ever.
It was really good. Silver was really good in the comics.
Oh, they did such a good job with him. Ian Flynn, I have to credit as just being like one of the most amazingly self-aware writers who knows how to... It's like, okay, you haven't played Bayonetta, so this isn't gonna entirely make sense.
Yeah.
But it's what I call Bayonetta syndrome, where you have characters that you can have a good laugh at and have a good laugh with because there are concepts about them that are incredibly silly. And as long as you're willing to recognize that, if you have the audience laughing along with your characters about themselves, then when it comes time for something to be serious, it's easier to take it seriously than if you have something that has silly aspects to it and try to take it 100% seriously.
Of course, this all depends on the rule of funny. Because if somebody doesn't think that it's funny in the first place, then they're probably not going to accept it even whenever it's used seriously later on.
I suppose that's fair. That's a good point. But as far as I'm concerned, if you can at the very least admit, yeah, Silver wasn't exactly given the best treatment in his own game, but he's got some cool ideas. Like the idea of being naive and trying to root out the traitor for whatever reason. So he goes back in time and is sitting there trying to figure out who's the traitor. That's a really cute concept and plays off the whole you're the ablest trigger thing very well.
Yes.
Without having to repeat that story because no one wants to do that.
Yeah, nobody wants the ablest trigger.
Exactly.
Nobody does that. Not even Austin.
As much as I love playing that game, I will stay far away from the story, thank you.
There we go.
And unfortunately, I do enjoy playing that game quite.
Austin, why? Why do you do this to me?
The DLC is actually kind of, sort of, maybe a little bit well designed. Not really, never mind.
I mean, I guess I don't entirely hate Mighty Number 9, so...
Well, no, the worst part is, I played through the stages in like sort of in a speedrunner-y kind of way, where I was like getting the whole flow with the dash going. The gameplay of that game is actually really quite solid. It's the levels that are attached to the gameplay that I have my issues with.
Also, this is the boss. This is entirely unchanged from Sonic 1. And Mighty can just hit him while he's up there. Because his air shield goes far enough. Also, because Shadow can double jump, he has no problems with the boss.
So Sonic's the only one who actually has difficulty for once.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sonic actually has to fight the boss.
I get the impression they set that up sort of in a way so that Mighty and Shadow had shortcomings compared to Sonic. Sonic can get through the stages the easiest and also probably the fastest, but he's going to have more trouble against the boss. It's a way to counterbalance it. I feel like
generally. Because remember, a lot of the bosses in this game are designed around the fact that you can't jump high enough to hit them regularly, so you have to do something to end up hitting them as a result. Meanwhile,
that's like the entire Sonic 1.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Shadow has his double jump, and Mighty can use his air shield to extend how high his attack goes.
I find that kind of system really interesting when you can, say, have a boss at the end of every stage, but some characters get through the stages better, and some characters fight the bosses better. I always got the impression they were trying to do that between Mega Man and Zero. Zero could blast through the stages, but the bosses were a more tense, up-close and personal fight, whereas Mega Man had a little more difficulty getting through the stages, but the bosses went down easier once he had their weaknesses.
Yes. And that's why I would like to see a Mega Man and Kirby crossover one day.
No, go on, please. We don't have much else to talk about, except the fact that apparently the sky is filled with water.
Yeah, no, let's talk about this level first, because honestly, this is the worst level in the game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because, if I recall, the music and level design ideas they were working on for this were really creative. And then the project got kinda canned, so that really is sad.
No, but like, seriously, this level has so much slowdown! It has so much slowdown, guys! I'm going to die! Why does this level slow down so much? It doesn't matter who you're playing it as, it's always slow! Because the game runs slower! It's really bad! Not to mention the water physics slowing you down as well! Guys, this level's really bad!
Well, you see, the reason is that all of these Sonic CD special stages took place inside of a black hole. And you know how time dilates the closer you get to a black hole. This entire level is nothing more than being sucked into a vortex.
This
So
level's
time
really
slows
bad,
down.
Austin.
What?
This level is so bad. I can't handle it.
Maybe they were trying to invoke Labyrinth Zone feelings. Which is silly, because I actually really like Labyrinth Zone. I might be the only person on the planet. Well, no, I know a couple people, actually, who've been like, oh, Labyrinth Zone's my favorite zone of the game. Yeah, okay.
Also, even more than the slowdown, the burrow bots are terribly placed. You can't see them coming until they're right on top of you. And then they hit you.
Didn't they hide them behind half the graphics?
Yes, they did. Half the time, they are not visible until they're right on top of you. It is very badly designed. So, yeah, basically, this level is the worst level in the game by an extremely large margin.
Even as somebody who loves Labyrinth Zone, I can agree with that.
So, yeah, don't do that, guys. Don't do that, please. Please don't do that. I don't know who I'm begging to here. The viewers to not play the game, or the game designers to not be dumb? Also, I was running out of air, so I put my bubble shield on. Because you can just
and then you can
do
just
that.
stock it away again if you need to.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Mighty's cool.
He is.
Mighty's on a wanted poster in Sonic Generations.
He is.
And that's the
No,
most
actually,
he'll ever
he's a missing person poster.
That's what it was.
Alongside Ray the Flying Squirrel.
I don't remember many of the posters from that game, although I distinctly remember them doing some fun stuff. I believe there were some new Chow in Space posters, which tickles me.
Yes.
Like-
Bean, Bark, and Knack, or Fang, were on wanted posters.
That's what it was. And, I mean, that might even be a comics reference, as I recall.
It is. Because those three work together in the comics, and they are moderately evil.
Moderately nasty.
Oh, here's a fireball. Also, that guy's shooting fireballs really fast.
Oh, wow. I'm glad they got a hold of programming. Or maybe they just layered two on top of each other and gave one a delay.
Maybe. I have no idea.
I'm not particularly fond or into classic Sonic ROM hacking, which is this is very close to.
This is classic Sonic ROM hacking.
Oh shoot, you're right. Oh god.
Austin.
Sorry, something about ROM hacking specifically bears to mind Mario World and nothing else.
Mhm.
If it's not Lunar Magic, it's not ROM hacking to my feeble cow brain. What were we talking about?
I don't even know anymore. Something probably. So one cool thing about this game is that whenever you're in the air, you can press the A button to go into ball mode, even if you weren't in ball mode previously. Like if you just walked off an edge.
I want to say that's one of the best additions that this game had to the mix. I forget if that actually ended up in any of the other... It might have been in Rush, I think?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I think it might have just put you automatically in an attacking formation in Rush.
There is at least one Sonic game that eventually did it, but I'm tempted to say this did it first.
Probably. This
Technically, Sonic 4 does it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this game came out around the same time as Sonic 06.
Wow, that makes this really old.
Yeah, it is. Also about
I feel really old.
You should, Austin. You are old.
Oh, it's just me, Sonny. I know I'm old, but that's okay. I'm still 50 years young. I can play your Sonics. I can go fast.
But can you play the Sanics?
Who are you?
Yeah, exactly. So Austin, what was your experience like the first time that you played this game? Do you even remember your experience the first time you played this game?
I think I sat down, played Sunset Hill, thought the colors were really drab, and stopped playing.
I see.
I didn't get into the game until somebody, and I don't remember who, recommended I try it again. And then I found all the footage of the better version of the game. I was like, you know, this game isn't as bad as I remember it being. Let me go back and play it again. Then I got to Starry Night Zone, was really depressed by the blue color scheme, and didn't have the gumption to finish it because it wasn't Starlight Speedway, but like more extreme.
Oh. Okay.
I've never finished this game.
You've
but that's
never
okay.
finished this game?
I never had the forethought or the gumption.
The
to,
determination?
That's the one. That's the meme. With that said, I've seen the end of the game. Years ago, I watched a couple Let's Plays of this from rather obnoxious commentators. So hopefully...
Oh man, am I going to be one of those obnoxious commentators?
You will be a commentator. We have yet to see whether or not I make this obnoxious or not.
Hey everyone! You enjoyed so far?
Anyway.